Hey everyone, let's have a little chat about reading short novels. And I'm thinking of novels under 200 pages here. There are two reasons why I thought we could have this chat. One is a tweet that I saw on the weekend that referred to reading shorter books as a means to reach your Goodreads numbers and read more books. The author of the tweet didn't imply that these books have less value or are not worth reading, but my thoughts went into that direction as well, because I thought that reducing the books to a means to an end to reach an arbitrary numerical goal is kind of taking away of the value of the book itself. And it had me realize that when thinking about big books or short novels on BookTube, how we talk about that I think we put more value on reading bigger books. We feel more accomplished, or we feel more proud when we finished a big book. Whereas short books we use to reach our numbers, to go through books faster. But we don't look at the content often when we talk about the length of the book, or how good or well written the story is, how meaningful, how valuable the books are. I think, at least in my opinion or experience, that I have the feeling that we value shorter novels less than we value bigger novels for their numbers, not for their content, but for how we read them and what we read them for. The other reason I wanted to talk about shorter novels is because I have been reading only novels under 200 pages this recent week. And I made this conscious decision for mostly the reason that I wanted to have something that I can dive in fast, that doesn't drag along, and that I can finish. Right now, I kind of crave the feeling of finishing things and not getting lost in too long dragging books. And that's because stories in short novels are different than stories in big novels. And I lack a little bit of concentration, and I went back to work last week, so I didn't have as much time to sit down and really dive into a book. So I thought reading shorter novels in this week might help me get back into the routine of being back at the office and still getting reading done and feeling accomplished in making progress, if that makes sense. Sometimes I really, really like to finish things. And when I have less time to read, it takes longer to finish things. That's just the simple math of it. And I also noticed that I have a lot of shorter novels in my wish list, meaning I put novels in my wish list that are under 200 pages because I was interested in them and I heard someone talk about them and I wanted to read them, but I never get around to it. And so I thought I'd make a conscious effort to do that, to try new authors that I've been meaning to get to read the books that I've been meaning to get to. But I also noticed something else that I hadn't expected, and that is that I'm kind of reluctant to pay full price for a short novel. And that is ridiculous, I know. But I noticed that when it comes to getting books, I'm so used to being out of money that I rather spend the same amount of money for more reading time. And right now, money isn't an issue. I can't spend money on anything else than books, so why not spend all the money on books? But I totally noticed that I looked at the books that were like 110 pages and I was reluctant to buy them if they were 10 euros. And I had to make myself think about this. And I wondered if anyone else has done that or experienced that feeling that you think, oh, it's quite a lot of money for this short novel, which shouldn't really make a difference. But oftentimes, the short novels I tend to buy off my wish list first or sooner are the ones that are cheaper, like 2, 3, 5, maybe even 6 euros. But as soon as it gets to 8, 9, 10, or even more, I really think about that. And I've been trying to tune that out, but it still happens all the time when I go to choose my next read. I'm like, let's take the 6 euro one instead of the 8 euro one. As I'm trying new authors and I forgot most of the books I put in there, what they're about, it doesn't really matter. But it's been an interesting experience. And that's why I thought we should have a chat about this. So there are two things I mainly want to know. Do you value short books less for their content and their reading experience than you do other books? And do you think about the price that you pay for the short books in a similar way that I described? Let's talk about this in comments. Tell me about your experience with reading shorter novels, if you like the feeling of accomplishment like I do. And if you feel right now, with all the stress going on, shorter novels are easier to read than longer novels, or if it's the other way around for you. Let's talk in comments. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.